if they're coming from Europe, they're coming from India, they're coming from the Middle East or Latin America. People come to the United States for that dream that's being crushed. But what we're seeing on a broader scale is that people for the first time have seen cryptocurrency, the decentralized financial system, as an opportunity to rise themselves up and take a leadership position in the world for the first time ever. While the United States is attempting to level the playing field by crushing the crypto industry in the United States, by making it destructive, they're going to push all of these business outside of the United States, right? It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. What's going on here? Jared, John Deaton. I wonder who's paying them off. Senators Warner and Portman are proposing a last-minute amendment. This was 2 days ago. Proposing an amendment competing with Senator Loomis, Senator Toomey, and
Your fucking insights. Okay. Non-binary activist explained how traditional gender expectations, they literally are violence. They're literally violence. What the shit is going on over here? By the way, this should we play a little bit of this? This is YouTube's official Twitter account over here. You can't have a problem with this, by the way. This is study to bread. If you got a problem, if you look at this sideways, Apple is scanning your hard drive and your cloud storage right about meow and using its cameras to make sure that you ain't giving this motherfucking any side looks. Oh, no, side look of fucking violence. That's racism. And you'll be arrested, right? The police are on their way. The police will bypass people being raped in the fucking street because they got to get to the establishment to arrest you because you hurt this person's feelings over here. Well, let's get a little bit of sage wisdom from this goofball, boys.
I'm non-binary, which means it's not just that I'm challenging the binary between male, female, man, woman, but between us and them. And in your statement, you said, why don't I help them, as if this struggle is not your struggle too? The reason you don't fight for me is because you're not fighting for yourself fully. And any movement.
What the fuck is this goofball saying? I saw a lot of words on the bottom of this. I heard a lot of words. It sounds like English. But it's almost as if somebody's speaking into a fucking blender over here. But I don't think you understand. The fight for me is the fight not against me, but the fight within me is also against me for you to make sure that all of you can be me as long as you are they, them. Because, of course, society is against all of us. Well, what? No, fucking shit. Hold on a second. What's going on here? What's going on here? Shut up, you cis white motherfuckers. You're dangerous terrorism. No. You seem fucking insane. You just seem insane. Do we need to go to a
mound and high streets at one point? Now, this mound had the clay and brick taken from it, and it was torn down. And this clay and brick that was supplied by this ancient mound was used to create most of the city's initial buildings in Columbus. So let me repeat that. They took an ancient burial mound from the Native Americans, and they took the bricks from that mound, and they used that to build the first rendition of the city of Columbus. And they say this includes the Ohio State House, which we'll look at later in the video. But you can see all the massive buildings that they were building using these bricks from this ancient mound. So we can only imagine just how massive the original mound that stood on both Mound and High Streets really was. So let's get back to what the current narrative has to say about Columbus, Ohio.
1939, Stalin and Hitler created a secret pact, which actually enabled World War II. Great leap forward. That's tens of millions of people dead. Holodomor. Basically, the Soviet Union was confiscating grain from Ukrainian peasants on purpose, and that's at least 5 million people dead. If you look at any regime and any political system, communism is responsible probably for the most amount of deaths in the world.
Now, there are anti-communist protests taking place right now in Cuba.
I do find it hypocritical then people condemn police violence here in US, which is condemnable. At the same time, they turn a blind eye to what's happening in Cuba. If you care about the environment, if you care about justice, socialism doesn't deliver any of these things. If you want to live in a world in which the person who gives up their friends to the authorities is the guy who calls the shots, well, that's socialism for you.
I'm constantly strategizing and analyzing myself and like what posts are gonna go up where, and make sure I don't post two selfies next to each other, or I don't post two mirror pictures, or like my body fits what other people are posting, or my clothes are like the trendiest out and stuff. Like, I'm staying up to date, and that's just like It's just
perfect
so
smile, and your hair has to be done, your makeup has to be done, that it got to the point where just a picture of me genuinely smiling and having a good time was like unacceptable for me, and I needed reassurance from a friend before I was able to post that picture.
And so what's happening is the highest ever rate of anxiety, especially with teenage girls, has happened, and it's a large part due to social media. Because what are the images they're seeing? They're seeing women with plastic surgery who look perfect. They're seeing women who Facetune. Don't even get me